The cool thing about running is you can do it anywhere in the world, and it's the best way to actually explore. To be able to get out and to see a city, but also to know how deep the ultra running routes are here.
We appreciated being in New York and being surrounded by great people that share a passion of running. The cabin in Durango, I'm at 8,100 feet. I'm in the mountains.
I'm a professional ultra runner. I'm not a city person. We didn't want to be in the center of the city, and we wanted to have access to trails and a really pretty place to run.
We got to meet up with locals that love and are passionate about running.
A lot more bikes out, more people are doing their run commutes.
It's the new era. Coach Kai, Alex, and Tiffany, and we went and hung out at Prospect Park. Gorgeous trails and ponds and lakes, and it was a different experience, and it was an adventure that I didn't expect to really have right here in Brooklyn.
I didn't think it would be so quiet and pretty relaxed, and you don't really hear any of the traffic. And then there's just all these little turtles hanging out. I mean, there's more wildlife and plant species and everything that I just didn't think would be possible in Brooklyn. Cool. I like it. Where we were staying in Brooklyn, and you go above us, you're in a park, you go below us and you're heading over the Brooklyn Bridge. I can see how New Yorkers can still get in a really great workout and just walking everywhere that you need to be.
And everything that you do, from work, play, entertainment, restaurant, you're walking around without a car. It's surprisingly athletic, let's say, and that's something that I never would have expected from New Yorkers. We
decided that we really wanted to run an ultra marathon in New York City. An ultra marathon is anything over 26.2.
Our ultramarathon journey in New York started in Marble Hill in the Bronx, and we met up with Knox Robinson, an authority and legend within the New York trail running and ultra running and road running community.
We're in the Marble Hill area. That's a little bit of Manhattan, a little bit of the Bronx, and we're right here at the Marble Hill houses. This was the home of the legendary Ted Corbitt, recognized by many as the godfather of ultramarathoning as we know it today.
I didn't know about him. He was, this absolute badass pioneer.
He actually coined the term ultramarathon itself.
Ted Corbitt was the first president of the New York Roadrunners. He was the architect of the 5-borough New York City Marathon course that is known around the world today.
He pioneered the course measurement system mounted on a bicycle to have exact measurements so you could have standardization of distance.
He was the first Black American to represent the United States in the Olympic Marathon in Helsinki in '52. For a long time held the record for the most number of consecutive sub-3-hour marathons in Boston, 19 sub-3s in Boston. He lived here, and in addition to being a champion of clean eating, massage, physiology, he would run from his house here in Marble Hill to his office in Lower Manhattan, 20 miles, come around and do it again on the same distance on the return, and then sometimes capped it off with doing stair intervals in the hallways here, as a nightcap, I guess.
I love being able to be in nature, but I also appreciate being able to see what one of the best cities in the world is like and feels like, and be able to live that experience.
There's shopping carts, strollers. Y'all are car doors. Y'all are looking for coyotes, bears. Out here, it's just watch out for the shopping cart, dude.
But you know what? There's a lot more shopping carts and people on bicycles than there'll ever be coyotes or bears.
If anyone's chasing you, good luck. And see you when I see you.
All right, let's do this.
running fast. We enjoy being able to run smooth on the pavement and look around and observe.
I really actually enjoy bike path running. It's one of my favorites, and so it's really cool to have this like city landscape off to your left. You don't get that in Colorado where we live. It was a route that Ted Corbitt would typically run to work. And that was really awesome that we got to experience, being on his home turf.
It was more than just coming to a place and running. It was more than just seeing New York. It was actually getting into the history and the special heritage that Ultra has here.
We started on that Ted Corbitt street, ran all the way down into lower Manhattan, and then we started to make our way over into Queens. We ended up running over the Williamsburg Bridge, which was awesome. Like, the whole thing was so cool, just to be able to see the skyline and like all the graffiti and everything. Like, it was awesome. I really enjoyed it.
We were able to run and groove all the way through most all of the 28 miles. One of the special treats about our ultramarathon through New York was to be able to finish our run in the Sri Chimnoy Self-Transcendence 3,100-mile race location.
So we ended up doing the 28 miles.
That was special. New York Ultra high right now.
We're in the ultra zone.
We were met there by Sanja Rawal, a very good filmmaker who created this incredible documentary about the 3,100 race.
One of the best parts of this episode was the surprise of meeting Sanja.
So this little humble 0.59 mile loop has experienced more than 1 million miles of racing. In 1997, the first edition of the Self-Transcendence 3,100 mile race was held.
What I know about the 3,100 is that it is a journey.
In the 1800s in New York City, there was something called pedestrianisms. They were 6-day races held in Madison Square Garden. In 1983, the president of the New York Roadrunners Club, Fred LeBeau, wanted to restart that 6-day race, and he approached Sri Chinmoy, an Indian spiritual teacher based in this neighborhood, who was very much at the spiritual center of the running boom. Sri Chinmoy found that runners wanted to do more and more and more miles. So by 1996, they had pushed that 6-day race to a 2,700-mile race, and in 1997, they kind of set the distance at 3,100 miles, or just shy of 5,000 kilometers. It requires people to do at least 59.8 miles per day to finish within the 52-day window. The race is held every summer, usually between June 20th and August 8th, between 6 and 15 men and women from around the world. People ask, like, why this course, why a sidewalk? But as ultra runners know, when you need food, you need food. When you need water or sanitation, you need it. And on this half-mile loop, everything is set up right here. So you keep swinging around, there's no car traffic you have to deal with, and the race is legitimately set up so that runners can enter a flow state. And that's the goal. People find that flow state usually around day 7, and they remain in it for much of the rest of the race. So it's literally an opportunity to find your best self through running, and it's kind of a one-of-a-kind activity in that sense.
His film has been amazing. It's done a lot for the ultra running community.
It was part of, ultra running lore.
It was really special to actually get to share a loop with him on that.
Like, they're lucky if they're sleeping between 1 and 5:30 in the morning, and then probably taking an hour nap. You heal when you move.
Yeah.
Like going to a stage race.
I heard of the 3,100, I knew about it, but to actually see it and then to hear about Ted Corbitt's story was just like, wow, like there is a lot going on here.
I don't think very many people think of New York City and think ultramarathon running. And we were absolutely blown away by how much New York really is a home for ultra running.
I'm so grateful that we had the opportunity to explore that. It's another story to add to a bigger picture that we have going on here with Run Around the World.